We are simple beings. We tend to remember the end rather than the beginning, knowing that we have to put a lot of attention on how we end our presentations. Today, we'll explore how we can create that lingering magic spell. Welcome back. This weekly edition every Friday of the Japan Business Mastery Show. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coaching and training guy, president of Dale, Carnegie Training Japan, and best-selling author, Japan Sales Mastery and Japan Business Mastery. We are bringing the show to you from our studio in the High Performance Center in Akasaka in Minato-ku, the business center of Tokyo. This is episode number 63, and we are talking about designing the presentation ending is no small thing. Before we get going, a quick word from our sponsor. If you want to become a fully competent and confident presenter, then do the High Impact Presentations course. We are all being judged when we speak, be it in the internal team meeting or in a public environment. Be it the big bosses, clients, or an industry audience, everyone is evaluating us. Don't blow it. Get the best training on the planet. Do the High Impact Presentations course now in either Japanese or English. Are you doing business with Japan? Do you really know how things work? Japan Business Mastery provides the answers. Do you have the right networks and know how to create them? Do you know how to get on the same wavelength with Japanese buyers? Do you know what being trustworthy looks like from the Japanese perspective? Japan Business Mastery is based on more than 30 years' experience in Japan and will become your go-to guide. Want to succeed in Japan? Buy Japan Business Mastery now. Welcome back. Okay, now it's time for the show. それでは行きましょう. So let's get going. Designing the presentation ending is no small thing. Final impressions at the end of a speech are what determine our memory of the person. Life is throwing so much information at us, and at such a manic pace, we are easily overwhelmed. We'll retain an overall impression of the speaker, for good or otherwise, forever. We can let that be a random selection event, or we can plan to have the final impression as the one we have chosen in advance. It's a bit like a restaurant we may visit. We will either record that as a place to revisit, or we will determine to drop that one off the list of the many choices we have facing us. The same thing with speakers. If we are left with favourable impressions, then we will look forward to spending time with them and hearing from them again. Now, your talk may not even get off to a brilliant start, but it better have a brilliant finish. The idea of recency is that we tend to remember more of what we heard last than what we heard first. We have to, therefore, really work on how we leave the audience. We'll have a call to action, a rallying cry to do something that will grip the audience's imagination and inspire them to make a change to what they have always been doing. The ending is where we should commence our design process. That sounds a bit counterintuitive, doesn't it? Normally, we think, we should start at the start, and that is the opening of the speech, and then we flesh out what are the key points, and finally, we design the wrap-up at the end. Actually, the order is the other way around. We start with the end, then design the key points we will raise, and finally, we design how we will open it up. Designing the ending is no small thing. To get a long argument of a 30 or 40-minute speech chunked down to a single sentence is hard work. We have to come up with the equivalent of a killer line that encompasses the entire talk and encapsulates the key message for the audience. A takeaway for the audience that resonates well after the lights have been turned out and the doors have been locked at the venue. If we can do that, then the last impression will be positive. We want the audience to mentally thank us for adding something to their business or their life. That exchange of their time for greater value is what raises our value in their minds. This should be our aim, and how we finish the talk is the tool to deliver that outcome. Thank you for watching this episode, and remember to hit the subscribe button. The Japan Business Mastery Show is here to help you navigate your way around business in Japan. Subscribe on YouTube, share with your family, friends, and colleagues. Hit the little bell icon for automatic new episode notifications and updates. Our website details are on screen now, enjapan.dalecarnegie.com. You might also enjoy our other weekly shows. For podcasts, Mondays for the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Tuesdays, we have the Presentations Japan series. Every second Tuesday, we release the Business Tatsujin no Oshie show. Wednesdays for the Sales Japan series. Thursdays for the Leadership Japan series. And every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Podcast. Fridays for the Japan Business Mastery Show. And Saturdays for Japan's top business interviews. Now, get all of these wherever you get your podcasts. Also, Mondays, we release our TV show, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show on YouTube. Every second Thursday, we have the Business Pro Television Show. Fridays for the Japan Business Mastery Show. And Saturdays for Japan's top business interviews. In episode number 64, we are talking about engaging people in the front line. Onegai itashimasu. Please join me next week to master business here, because that is what we all want, isn't it? Japan Business Mastery.